So this is the custom Macintosh SE that I put together for Nick Woods over at Clay Smith Cams. And this machine, original equipment, was manufactured in 1987. It was originally a 2-drive Macintosh SE, which actually makes it kind of rare. Most of these machines had a single floppy and a 10 megabyte hard drive. The kind of whole point of the machine is to have the hard drive, but they did make initially a few of the 2-drive versions as well. This machine's been converted over. It's got modern M1 Apple silicone in it. It's got a 1024 by 768 screen, and I thought I'd go over a couple of just the little details real quick. There are a number of custom printed 3D parts on this. You have blocked off the drives, and the hardware inside is kind of supported inside of the custom 3D printed frame, so it should be pretty sturdy. A few things you might be considerate of is that probably if you push too hard on that screen, it is just a LCD screen that's mounted back in there. It's pretty tough, but I wouldn't push it too hard. I'm going to show you the back of it and show you how everything connects up. Alright, so on the back of the machine you can see that I've got a couple cables that come out and go back in. That is both to feed power and video to the screen that's inside there now. So I've got one regular USB 3 here, another USB 3 right there. That's an HDMI out. There are two USB-C outs that are available, and then that is an Ethernet port, and then here is the power in for the power cord. So very simply, power cord just goes in there, and then the USB for the keyboard and the mouse both plug in right there. And then after, oops, sorry, didn't get that plugged in all the way. But so after those are installed, then you just start it up and we go from there. The power switch is right back here. It's again another little 3D printed part. It's a light touch. Once you push it, you'll kind of feel it sort of click. And in about a second, if you can hear that or not, but that was the startup chime. The startup is very fast. Let me hit it here. Yeah, there was the chime. And take it just a couple seconds. And boom, there you go, desktop. I included this mouse and keyboard. They're more or less fit the aesthetic. They're not exactly correct. If you were to look online for a adapter that adapts USB to old school, what's called ADB, which is the Apple desktop bus, it's a thing called a Griffin iMate. They sell for over $100 now. They pretty much sold them back when the first iMacs came out, and then they quit then. So they're all pretty old now. But it would let you run an old ADB style keyboard and mouse, which would be more correct for this particular machine. I don't think anyone's going to notice that that's not right, but if you did want to be more correct, you could get yourself an old SE keyboard and mouse, and you can find those on eBay relatively inexpensively, and then you could add that on yourself. The machine is set up with a username and password. I will include that information in the box of the machine in an envelope. You'll need that. I haven't tried to sign in with any kind of Apple ID or anything like that. It's just sort of a generic user at this point. And I think that's about it.